Hello, wonderful people. You just made it right on time for RuPaul's Drag Race recap of Old Friends Golds. And I really, really love this episode. I can't wait to get into it. So, after elimination, Selena, she is activated. She's activated. She felt like, oh my God, the life pretty much was wiped out of her, having this sense of feeling that she could have been one of the girls that was eliminated. But she really fought for her life and she feels ready to take on this challenge and showcase why she should be here. So, Lux, of course, our confident girl, she lets us know who are our front runners right now for RuPaul's Drag Race season 15. And so far, she feels that the front runners, and I agree, the front runners, of course, is her, Lux, Sasha, Anitra, Lucy, and pretty much the reason why is because they all have a challenge win under their belt. So these are the girls that the other girls need to look out for, okay? And so we have Malaysia. She is actually proud of her coming close to win. She feels like she was really close to that win, that she could have been one of the front runner girls. And she actually foresee herself winning in the coming challenges. But interesting enough, the other girls disagree. You know, Lux, she felt a little confused because she felt like Malaysia look could have been either way. It could have been a top or a bottom. And, you know, she says that in front of the group. So, you know, confidence, Lux, she lets you know how she feels. Mistress, in her confessional interview, she actually feels that Malaysia lacks a certain taste level and that she is going through the delusions, okay? And, you know, Malaysia, she feels like she's the underdog that will be the top dog. So all these girls better watch out for Malaysia. And, you know, I'm also watching out for Malaysia because I feel like Malaysia, we got to keep an eye out on her. I don't think that she cannot be one of the girls that could turn a look and be a winner of a challenge. Like I would not count her out. I feel like this is the confidence she needs to get her through the winning look. You know, I'm just waiting for that to happen for her. So it's another day in the workroom, and the girls are kikiing and actually are saying to Malaysia Face that they felt like she should have been in the bottom, which is Mistress. If we talking about the girls, it's Mistress. And you know, Malaysia pays no mind to it. She's like, whatever, y'all will see. And I like that. I like that she's not disturbed or she's not, you know, being taken down to what the other girls feel. She feels how she feels and she feels like she's close to a win, and I love that for a girl. So Miss Paul enters the building and RuPaul, he lets the girls know this week's Maxi Challenge. So this week's Maxi Challenge is going 50 years into the future. And what the girls are going to do, they're going to create 3 Golden Girl groups. And this time, the girls will be responsible in assigning themselves into a group of 3 with 4 people each in them. So I love to see this because I like to see how they formulate groups, who's going to team up with who. And also each group they will have to write their own verses. So there's going to be 3 different genres of music that they're going to have to choose from. The first one is heavy metal, giving Rock of Ages. The second one is a country ditty. And the last one will be a bop, covering hip hop. And so the girls decide which groups they get into. So in the first group, we have Selena, Marsha, Mistress, and Lux. They're together in one group. Then in group 2, we have Robin, Jax, Lucy, and Anitra. And in the final group, we have Spice, Malaysia, Sasha, and Aura. So the girls are now paired into their group, and I love that RuPaul, he calls the pit crew. And you know, we're expecting the young and built pit crew guys to come out, but instead we get a cameo feature of the old gays. They come out as the pit crew, and it's so cute. It's the cutest thing. And they give their advice to why they have been friends for such a long time. And they say pretty much it's laughing a lot together. And I love that. It's such a great humor. And this was a good moment. I love seeing people from TikTok who are popular in social media come and make cameos when we don't expect them to. So now we are seeing who get what song. So they're deciding what song each group is going to get. Off the top, group 1 says they like metal and they want to do metal. And that sends off group 3 to say, no, we want to do heavy metal too. And group 2 is so smart. They're like, okay, their strategy is just go and jump on hip hop. So no one wants hip hop and they're not fighting for it. So they're able to keep hip hop. So now it's between group 1 and 3 going back to back on what genre they're doing. So group 1, they're very strong on doing metal and tells of group 3, since the other option has been taken, just do country. Just like that, like just go do country. And group 3 do not like that at all. Like Malaysia and Sasha said, no, these children not gonna do us like that. We gonna do metal, okay, sweetie? And Mistress in group 1 or Lux, they like the mean girls in the group. They say no, y'all can do country. Y'all should get familiar, like letting them know that that's pretty much determined that they're gonna do country. So group 2 says, let's get this resolved. Like, just pick what y'all gonna do. So everyone says, okay, let's just do a draw, pick from a hat, or who gets what. And so representing group 1, Lux is gonna pick, and representing group 3, Malaysia is gonna pick. So they pick from the hat, and Lux picks out country. And I like that. Is so hilarious. And Malaysia gets metal, and she feels so proud to say, yeah, we're gonna show these girls up. They feel super happy about getting metal. So now we move on. Selena, she still feels insecure coming from elimination. And talking about the challenge, Robin, she's already saying that she's not a raptress. Like she's not a rapper. This is not her comfort, And so the girls, they go into rehearsal and recording. So group 2, they go first, and everyone is doing their part, but Robin is giving Rocky for sure. Like, I felt like she was already in her head about it. Like, I just want her to just go. Just do it, And then group 1, when they go into rehearsal and recording, Marsha, she kills it. She said, girl, I got experience. This is not new to a girl. This is not new. And she impressed me. Like, she did a really good job. And then Mistress, she kills it. Lux, of course, kills it. Selena, I'm not too convinced yet. But I know, girl, you just was in elimination. Like, you can't go in elimination again. Like, you need to really prove yourself. And so when group 3, when they get into recording and rehearsal, Sasha, Sasha gonna kill it. She killed it for all the girls. She killed it. Aura, all the girls are killing it until we get to Aura, and Aura is already giving excuses. I'm like, girl, just go, just do it. And I really want Aura to showcase herself because, Aura, she gives me, like, she's gonna give you a look, but I really want her to show her personality, to really perform in these challenges. Like, I want Aura to shine, okay? So in the dance rehearsal, hip-hop group goes first. And it's just everyone with a lot of ideas, but I don't know how it's gonna come together. So I wasn't too excited. Team Country came next, and Lux and Mistress said we gotta show up. So this group had a lot of fire under their behind, pretty much. So the girls, they look like they're ready to give a show, and I'm actually excited to see Team Country. Shockingly, Team Metal. I like that Mistress was being so shady toward Team Metal. She's like, they really fought for this and they were not really giving too much. But Malaysia's determined. Like, that's not gonna stop the show. So the girls are back in the workroom and it's time for glam, And in this glam, they have to actually age themselves. Okay? So they're aging themselves, doing their makeup and everything. And Spice is so sweet. She goes over and says to Spice, like, I know we always joke about you being old, but she says, but you're not old. But Sasha, as she usually does, she gives a really very mature response. She said that doesn't bother at all, that she doesn't mind being the mother of the group and being the one to pass on information and being the support to her people in her community. Because she dropped some information, and it's like, I didn't even know this either myself. She says that a lot of trans women, they don't even make it to 30. And to see Sasha live her authentic life, wow, like, that is no joke. That is like whoa. I was going through that moment with her. And she goes and shares her experience growing up in Hawaii. And she tells the girls about a club there that had like different performers, but also trans performers. And they would perform every weekend, but they would get rated right after, which is crazy. And this is during the 60s and 70s. And this is crazy because back then, when you were in drag performance, you have to put like a special button to say that you were a boy. And that's because it was illegal to trick the military guys. And that is so sad because like the people trying to live their authentic life, and they can't because they have to follow these laws, these regulations, or else they'll be punished. So it just goes to show you how lucky and how freeing it is for these girls to go here on a major platform and be themselves and not hide that at all. That is the beauty of this show, you guys. And I am here for it. Then, after that beautiful scene, we see Mistress trolling Malaysia. It's just drag delusion versus drag confusion. And I'm like, Mistress, I don't know if you love the girl, you hate the girl, but I know in my heart, I feel like this is how she shows love, is by making fun of someone. Because if you could make fun of someone all the time, you kind of do love them and you just want them to do their best. So I pay no mind. Malaysia's not gonna pay no mind. Malaysia's like, I'm gonna do what I do, girl. So, girl, bye. So we get to the main stage and RuPaul comes out. I'm like, RuPaul, how short this dress can be, like, girl. But the look was sickening though. It was different and I actually wanted this look. This look was perfect. This look was amazing. So the girls get into their performance. The first group to perform is the Country Girls. And first thing first, I love their outfits. But, and I don't know if anyone noticed this, but I didn't like the placement in boobs on Lux. I felt like I understood that it's supposed to be sagging, but they weren't sagging how they were supposed to be sagging. It wasn't giving that, it was giving misplacement. So I felt like that was like the one critique that I have for that group. But overall, I like the performance. Country is not my thing, so it was okay. They did what they were supposed to do. They killed it. We next got the metal group, and Sasha always deliver. Sasha is one of the girls that is not afraid to do something new, something outside of her wheelbox, and she killed it. Each girl, I like that in this group, that each girl had their moment. It wasn't like how, like, every other group, they performed together. Each girls here in this group, they had their moment where it's just focus on them and then the next girl and then focus on them and then the next girl. So I did love it. And I love the placement of the boobs on Malaysia. I loved it. I said, this is what it should have looked. This is what it should have gave Lux, okay? This was it. This is it. And I loved it. We next got the hip-hop group. And I actually like it. I like their outfits so much. The velvet jumpsuit, I loved it. I felt like I love their performance. Anitra and her splits was giving yes. And Robin, she ate in her performance. I felt like she do what she usually do, She gave what she gave. And I don't know, and watching their performance and seeing the judges, I didn't understand why Rue looked confused. But we find out later is because Anitra, she was missing a lot of her lyrics. And also Robin wasn't too much of a standout. Robin was a blender in. So I understood that. But Overall, I felt like if I was to categorize 1, 2, and 3, I would give first place to the metal group, second place to the hip hop group, and third place to the country group. Based on it all, in my opinion. Okay? In my opinion. So now we get to the best part, which is the runway. Category is to die for. Oh, my bad. Category is tie-dye to die for. And first thing first, we get Anitra. Anitra, I gave her a yes. I said, let's give this girl a 10. Her look looked so great. It was a great start to the runway. But when they were showing Anitra look, I felt like it went quite fast. I'm like, runway seems to be moving too fast. I felt like, no. I feel like I need to like get in and see the moment, see the makeup, see the hair, see the shoes, see the outfit. I felt like overall this whole runway would move so fast. I know that RuPaul's Drag Race show has been cut down on time because of another show following, but I felt like, no, like I want to really get into the looks to see everyone in the complete concept of what they're going to showcase. So I felt like runway was a bit quick. So just looking for me as a person recapping the show, it was a bit much every time I had to stop, look, and then you're already off to the next person. I'm like, no, I want to really soak in and take in the look of each girl and really give my thoughts on it. And I felt like, it was way too fast. We next got Jax, and Jax, I gave her a 7.9, okay? I feel like she will never do a body justice. The one positive thing I could give about Jax's look is that I like the color palette. I like the green and the blue. But what was funny in the critiques, I didn't notice the orange underlay. So I was like, ooh. I probably would have rated it lower. But then again, I hated, I didn't like this look too much. It wasn't the best look of the evening. We next got Lucy, and I gave her a 10. For me, she gave me glamour and tie-dye. I would have never thought of that. That was very outside the box, and I really enjoyed that. Robin, sis is beautiful. I would wear this. I gave her a 10. And it was so sad to see the critiques on Robin for this. But, I loved Robin's look. I feel like Robin, she's always going to be a beautiful queen coming down that runway. And she can never be mad at that. Like, that's what she's supposed to do. I loved it. We next got Mistress. I was a little bit picky with Mistress. I gave her a 9.3. I think I'm picky with Mistress because, she talks a lot. She gives a lot of feedback to the other girls. So I'm like, girl, you need to deliver. I gave her a 9.3. And the joke that Rue made by saying that Amethyst is back, I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing because Amethyst didn't turn many great looks. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I gave her a 9.3. Next queen was Lux, and I was gagged. I gave her a 10. I said, yes, this is rich. This is giving very, very rich. I loved her look. I don't think Lux ever gave us a bad runway. I think she's always going to give us a good runway. I just live. Next, we got Selena, and I'm like, oh my God, Selena, what you gonna wear today? Oh, and I actually like this look on her. I think this is the best she ever looked. It was giving me mermaid vibes. I gave her a 9.5. I'm proud of you, Selena. That look, it served for me. Next, we have Marsha, and I'm confused, guys. I don't like it. I don't understand it. And I gave her a 7 for it. I don't understand you, Marsha. I wish I did. I might try it too. Next time, I'm going to try. Next, we have Miss Sasha Colby. And, it's not my favorite look from her, but she does look amazing. It's just, I'm just so used to Sasha always giving it. So I want more. I get greedy. So I gave her an 8.9. We next had Aura. And I felt like the concept was amazing. Like, it was so different from the rest. I felt like I could see this on Rihanna even. Like, it was giving very much Rihanna. So I gave her a 9.2. But I'm very proud of her. I think that, I got very spoiled with Aura because I always feel like her looks, the material always gives. And I felt like the material gave today, but I felt like, I don't know. I felt like the material, I don't know. I don't know. It could have been a little bit, maybe a different material, but the concept of this look was magnificent, So I gave her a 9.2. Next, we had Spice. I feel like Spice, she looked good. I'm just getting bored with Spice, I feel like she gives me one note, so I gave her an 8.5. I just want more elevation from her. I want to see like something I would not expect her to be wearing, It's getting quite predictable. Still beautiful, but it's I know what you're going to turn, Next was Malaysia. I gave Malaysia a 9.2. For some reason, I love this look. I don't know why, but it's different. I love it on her, and I'm intrigued. I'm very, very, very much intrigued. Then we get to know who are the Safe Girls. And, I'm a little shocked, from the Safe Girls. The Safe Girls include Lucy LaDuca, Lux Noir London, Selena Estitties, Marsha, Spice, Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. They are all safe. I was shocked with Marsha because I really wish they allowed her to explain her look. I didn't understand why this concept was considered tie-dye. If someone can understand and explain that to me, please let me know in the comments down below, because I really want to understand. Like, I'm just not getting it. I'm not getting it. So we get the judges' critiques on our other girls: Anitra, Jax, Robin, Mistress, Sasha, and Aura. So first thing first, we go through Anitra. Now for Anitra, I really love her runway, and I gave her performance second place out of all the three groups. So based on the critiques, they said that she was great in her runway, but even though she had some fun lyrics and great energy, she forgot a lot of her lyrics. And I was like, oh no. Anitra is usually the girls that's on the top. So to see her get negative feedback like that for the first time, I wasn't ready for it. And I'm like, oh no, that I'm concerned. I'm worried for my girl Anitra. For Jax, I gave her runway a 7.9, and her performance placed second in all three groups. And what the judges said that they didn't like her runway. That's when they point out the orange underlay on her look, and I didn't notice that. That made me hated her look even more. So I would have knocked down some more points off her score for that. But they liked her lyrics, but she was a little offbeat. So it's like, Jax, she's always almost close to elimination. For Robin, I gave her a 10. I loved her look, and I thought she performed well in her performance, second place in performance. But the judges were on Robin. They said she just gave safe. That they felt like she was holding back, and she's not like impressing them. She's even blending in the background. And we get to hear from Robin, and she says pretty much that she's not a gambler because she's seen people in her family, her growing up, people gamble with taking risks and stuff, and that it not panning out for them. So that's why she always plays a safe game, safe decisions all the time, even to her foods. Like, she's not into trying new foods. And I'm like, no. That's sabotaging your growth. Like, how you expect to grow if you not even open to try new things? So I was a little concerned with Robin. This is the first time I'm actually super concerned with Robin, that the judges may try to test her, and I think she should be tested. I think she should feel a little bit uncomfortable, Then we have Mistress. For Mistress, I gave her runway a 9.3 and performance third, but that's a little bit biased because I felt like all the groups, they did well. It's just I don't really like country. The judges' critiques, always Mistress is painted, always done. She always gives. So, Mistress, she never performed poorly on the runway. RuPaul, actually, he was a bit shady. He says, go ahead and tell Marsha if she thinks she's done to add a little bit more. She's halfway through. And by RuPaul telling this to Mistress, that Mistress will hold Marsha to this. Like, Marsha, I'll be scared for Marsha. Marsha, you been getting red and you safe, girl. In terms of her performance, they said she was a star. She was a standout. And yes, Mistress, she has such big energy. I love it. I love it. I do want to see more from her, but that's because I'm greedy. So I love Mistress, and she's doing so well in this challenge. Next is Miss Sasha Colby. For Miss Sasha, remember, I gave her 8.9 and performance first place out of all the 3 groups. And the judges, they loved her look. She looks fantastic, but she looks fantastic. But the difference between Sasha and Robin is that it's always very interesting to see what Sasha's gonna wear. As opposed to Robin, she always just looks beautiful, And I feel like you gotta do more with what you got, So with Sasha, she was so into her character. They loved how fearless she is, and I felt like, Robin, this is how you need to take some notes, okay? So we next get into Aura, and I gave her, remember, a 9.2 in first place in performance. They said her look was sexy. I say yes. I say Miss Aura always give a look. That's no surprise. But I was so proud of the feedback she received in her performance. Her performance was so good based on what the judges said, and they loved her presence. And I'm so proud of Aura. I'm like, Aura, they're seeing what I see in you. Oh my gosh. And finally, about time, because remember, the other girls, aka Spice, felt like Aura should have been eliminated instead of her sister, Sugar. So I'm glad to see Aura really turn and showcase what she got in her performance, because, she was always good runway. So next, we get to find out who is safe, who's the winner, and who's up for elimination. So first thing first, Sasha is safe, and it's okay. But then I was so happy when Aura was declared the winner. I was so proud. She's really the underdog. I feel like she's the underdog that's gonna be the next top dog. So I was so proud for Aura's win. So these girls better watch out for Aura, because I hope this sends her up to, really believe in herself, because she always doubt herself. I'm like, no, girl. So next, we have Mistress safe. And, that's okay, because it was close between Aura and Mistress. But I'm so proud of Aura. Mistress, of course, she's going to have a win eventually. She's going to have a win. So that left us with Anitra, Jax, and Robin. And I was so sad. Because 2 of my faves are in here. And I was happy that they declared Anitra as safe. So it's between Jax and Robin. So up for elimination, Jax and Robin, they're going to have to lip sync In Your Room by the Bengals. And my thoughts honestly is that Robin, you have to come through. I kind of have a bias, she's one of my faves from the beginning. So I really wanted her to come through and deliver and show the judges that she's here to stay and she's here to perform. But as they were performing, I said, oh, this is going to be close. But then I see Jax fighting, and I'm like, I don't know, Robin. I don't know if you got this. Because Jax is a performer. Because from even before, way back before in the previous challenges, Jax, she cannot turn a look, but she will perform. So I felt like this was her space to really shine. And I don't know. I was like, I don't know what you're going to do, Ru. You're going to do the right thing, And when he said, Jax, Shantae, you stay, I said, it's right. But it feels wrong learning that Robin is going to be leaving. It feels so wrong. But at least we know that RuPaul Drag Race is not rigor mortis. So good for you, Miss Jax. You stay. I just want you to really prove yourself. I really want you to elevate. I don't know. if she'll be able to, because they already come with their fashions. This is as much tweaking that they can do, but I really want Jax to prove herself more, to do more. So we get a quick sneak peek on what's the next episode gonna be, and it's gonna be the reboot of Daytona Wins, and I'm like, yes. So these girls are gonna get into their acting gig, so I'm excited for next week's episode of RuPaul Drag Race. So if you like this recap and you enjoyed hearing my review, please like, share, and subscribe. Come on. So I'm so happy, I'm so glad. This was such a great episode. So I'll see you guys next week, and take care. Bye-bye.